And just begin by just taking some organic movements, whatever feels good, whatever movements will help your body wake up. Get the creaks and kinks of sleeping and just of our day so far, and just begin to move. And if it's more comfortable to sit with crossed legs or legs flat on your rear end with your legs out, go ahead and do that, whatever feels good. And just begin breathing and moving. So today, we're going to revisit mindfulness and come at it from a different angle. So as you're moving and breathing, just consider three things. We're talking about our physical bodies, about our emotions, and about our thoughts and our thinking brain and mind, which is not always the same as and also is connected with ego, just that chatter and often subconscious. So physical, emotional, and emotion, physical body, emotions, and thoughts. And between the three of them, we have gotten so good as a collective people on earth at this time that 70% of the time the average person is in fight or flight. So what happens is thoughts trigger emotions, which trigger and feelings, which trigger thoughts, and it's kind of like a chicken and egg thing. So one or the other triggers the other, and as soon as we start feeling, and then we feel it in our bodies, and as soon as we start feeling something, our brain starts scanning the environment for what's happening, what's going wrong, for the next thing, and it goes to worst case scenario. So in a matter of a hot second, I like to say, we've gone from feeling a little something or having a little thought unconsciously to being in full out fight or flight. And we spend so much of our time there, and every time we do that, it releases. Keep moving and breathing. I'm going to move to this. Every time we do that, it triggers a chemical reaction, and we can become addicted to those chemicals because every time there's this surge through our body, it gives us energy, it gives us, we get things done, or we feel that surge of chemicals happening in our body to run away from the tiger. And usually we don't have any kind of physical way to burn that off. We don't usually run from the tiger, so to speak. It just is in there, and pretty soon we are in adrenal fatigue. And we're just, if you have gotten to the point where you just think, I refuse to live this way any longer, there's got to be another way. Well, there is another way, and the first step is to become conscious of it. So sweep your arms up, take a big breath wherever you are, sitting or on your knees. Just inhale up and then exhale down. And 2 more times. Do that 2 more times. Keep breathing. So we're inhaling, sweeping it up. Exhaling it down. And a couple more times. So this fight or flight, adrenal fatigue caused by scanning the environment when we have a thought or a feeling of something that's uncomfortable, and we feel it in our bodies, and pretty soon we're running from the tiger. Just bring your hands to heart center, rest them there with your eyes closed. So tool number 1, when that happens, you start, we have a physical reaction, our heart rate goes up, all those chemicals are released, including adrenaline, all those things running through our bodies from a thought or a feeling, and they trigger each other. So it's as simple as that, and it happens in a second. And then we wonder what's wrong, and then we go to worst case, and then it's more chemicals. So that kind of reaction. Tool number one, breathe. Take a deep breath. Slowly, and then exhale it. Grounding into the ground. Feel the earth beneath us supporting us. Inhale and exhale. It takes a long time to heal and change our thoughts by using our thoughts. It takes a long time to heal and change our bodies by using just our bodies. Sorry, letting more people in. And it takes a long time to heal our emotions by trying to change our emotions. There is an easier, faster way. Step number one, breath. Coming into breath, which helps us step back from the situation, calm our thoughts. It tells our brain that everything's okay. We're not being chased by a tiger or an active shooter. We are okay, which calms our feelings, which settles down the chemicals flowing through our bodies, tells our body to be okay. So tool number one is breathing, and I'm not kidding, try it. Put that tool in your front pocket. So today, while we talk about mindfulness from a different perspective, from this different angle, we're also going to work our core, and we're going to work on breath. So with that, come on to all fours. Wrists right under shoulders, knees under hips, and just as the simple cat-cow to start waking up the spine. Inhale, and exhale to round and tuck. Again, finding our breath. So we have our subconscious, which runs the show until we become conscious. And breath helps us to do that. And ultimately the goal, besides just being conscious, is to come into our super conscious. 2 more breaths with this cat-cow. And if you want to wiggle your hips and round and move, please do that. This is to awaken your body, awaken your spine, awaken your hips. And then tuck your toes and come back onto your toes. Let's wake up the bottoms of our feet. So coming to the realization, we're just going to let the bottoms of our feet open while we talk for a second. Just gently relaxing, feeling the ground, breathing. Coming to the realization that we are not our physical bodies. Detaching from the attachment to our bodies. And I'm not talking about an astral projection. We're talking about detaching our value from our bodies, detaching the sense that whatever we feel in our bodies must be true because, well, first our value. Value does not come from our bodies, our weight, our size, our clothes, how we look, our nails, our hair, all of that. Our value is not connected to that at all. We may like to take care of ourselves because it's a gift that we've given. Release your feet and just sit back on your pointed toes. It's a stewardship we have to take care of, and our worth is not attached or value to our bodies. So detaching that, and then detaching, what's the second one that I just said? Let's breathe, it will come. All fours. Tuck the toes, take the hips way back, and scroll into down dog. I guess we get to stay on this sense of value and worth coming from our bodies. Such a body-focused world that we live in right now. So focused on it. And so the sense that we are detaching our value from our looks. So that's super consciousness. So with your next inhale, just gently lengthen out into plank. Oh, there it is. Holding plank as we breathe. Nice, strong core. And resisting the temptation to drop into our shoulders like this. We want to be in our muscles. And if it requires lifting your hips a little bit to stay up out of the shoulders, that's fine. Do just holding this plank. Inhale. Exhale to drop to knees. Inhale to drop hips to wrists. Point the toes. And opening up, just chin parallel to the floor. And then exhale, drop all the way down. Slowly releasing to the ground. Keep your hands right there as we inhale up 3 times. Inhale and exhale. So detaching our worth, our value from anything in the physical. And coming to see it as our stewardship, as a gift. It's a great gift. And we are way more than our bodies. On your next inhales, just scroll back into child's pose. And breathe into your lower back. Breathe into your side bodies as you walk your fingers away from your shoulders and your tailbone toward your heels. So detaching our worth from our bodies. And also coming to the understanding that just stay in child's pose and breathe, that we are our bodies and they're kind of connected. So detaching from that and understanding that we are way more. Coming into this super consciousness that we're able to look down, look not down, but step back and see this fuller picture of who we are. That yes, our body is one aspect, one stewardship that we have, and we're way more than that. So coming out of child's pose, inhale to all fours, tuck your toes, and then exhale to lengthen out into plank again, working that core, grabbing the spine with all the muscles that are around it. Big inhale here, exhale to drop the knees, point the toes, inhale to drop hips toward wrists, and then exhale back to knees, and inhale to plank. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, knees down, point the toes. Inhale, pull hips toward our wrists, maybe our chin floats up. Exhale to knees. Inhale to plank. 1 more time. Exhale to knees. Inhale, lift, pulling our hips toward our wrists. Exhale to knees. Inhale to plank. Whoa, how are those wrists? Let's bend the knees, scroll into down dog. Whoa, release that pressure. There it is, nice deep bend in the knees. Lengthening the spine, tipping the hips. So once we can separate our value from our bodies and see it as a stewardship and see ourselves in more wholeness, we can start becoming aware of how the signals from our body are there to teach and to inform us. So when we're feeling fight or flight, we feel it in our bodies and we can give gratitude and thanks for that. And then we can start to take care of it. So walk your hands back to your feet. Let's get off our wrists for a second. Grab your elbows and just rock side to side. Enjoying the opening of our hamstrings, our glutes, our lower back. Knees are softly bent. Just rocking side to side. And then we release hands. Shake the head, yes. Yes, I'm coming into consciousness. I'm headed to super consciousness. Bend the left knee, sweep the right arm up. hair in my face. And straighten out that right leg as we lift our right arm, opening up, peeling open the heart, peeling open the hip. And once we realize, oh, I'm way more than my body, then, and not judging ourselves based on our physical, we come into so much freedom. We can just start enjoying, we begin to enjoy our physical experience and find much more satisfaction. Big inhale to peel open and exhale to forward fold. Maybe those legs can straighten a little more, at least on one side. Bend that right knee, straighten the left. Sweep left open. So straight leg and open arm on the same side. Grounding feet into the ground, straightening that leg, opening that arm. Breathing into that hip or wherever you're feeling it. Inhale to open, exhale to sink deeper. Inhale and exhale to forward fold. Nice. We're going to come up on our toes and squat down. Oh, there it is. And you can drop your heels if you'd like or stay on your toes. Just finding that little stretch in our lower back and our hips. Nice. And then lift your hips into forward fold. Exhale down. And from here, we're going to walk out to plank, working that core today. Finding a nice strong core again, staying up out of the shoulder joints. And we'll do that series one more time. So inhale here, exhale to drop the knees. Inhale to bring hips toward wrists. Exhale to knees. Tuck the toes. Inhale to plank. Exhale to knees. Inhale to hips. Exhale to knees. Inhale to plank one more time. Exhale knees. Inhale hips. Maybe there's more length in your spine. Exhale knees. Inhale to plank. And then exhale to down dog. There it is. Knees still really nice and bent. So the second thing is our emotions. To realize we are not our emotions. And to detach so much attachment to our emotions. They're simply feelings and emotions. Up on your toes and walk feet to hands. And walk those feet outside of the hands. Pinky toes on the edge of the mat. And grab your elbows and rock side to side. So once we come to acknowledge that we are not our emotions are an experience, they're part of our experience that we're having, but we aren't our emotions. We're way more than that. It's just part of our experience. Drop your hands, bend your left knee, and sweep open the right. This will feel a little different because our legs are wider. Opening, peeling open. Straighten the same leg as your arm that's up. Maybe you can peel and breathe into that space more. So once I realize I'm more than my emotions and I detach so much judgment and shame and just attachment to that is who I am, then I come into freedom. Come into, oh, there's a possibility to feel something different. There's a possibility to choose something different. Big inhale to open the heart to the sky. Exhale, straighten both legs, forward fold. Bend that right knee. Sweep open left. Nice straight left leg. Opening up. Peeling that heart open, letting the walls come down. Just even if it's just a fraction, or it starts peeling open, or it just crumbles, all the walls crumble down. And we're having our physical experience without judgment and attachment to it having anything to do with my value. It's just an experience. Open up and then exhale, straighten both legs. And then inhale to come up on your toes and drop. Exhale into squat, wide leg. You can drop your heels or stay up on your toes. What we want here is, what we're going for is a long spine. Lengthening out. Dropping the hips down as we lift the top of the head and open the inner thighs. There it is. So the third thing that we are striving to come into consciousness and then a super consciousness about is our thoughts. That detaching so much worth, judgment, expectation from our thoughts, that they're just thoughts. And a lot of the thoughts, and this might sound random and weird, nevertheless, chew on it. A lot of the things that's swirling on in the world around us they're vibrations, there's thought. Every thought has vibration, and so there's a lot of vibrations out there that we absorb, and so not every thought that we have is our own. There's a collective consciousness out there. There's stuff going on, and we are acted upon, and so things come in and they're not even ours, and so often we attach to them and think, oh, that must be true. Oh, that must be true for me. And we get to choose. We get to come to consciousness, recognize what's coming in or what's happening, and then we can step back or above. Okay, you guys, forward fold of those hips. Woo! Above or beyond, and see the whole picture, and then choose. So from here, can you bend your knees and plant your hands and walk back into plank in as many steps as you'd like? You could even, if you'd like, hop. So many options. Find that plank, working our core today. Just finding it, breathing. Building a little bit of heat. All those core muscles hugging the spine. Hugging and caressing and embracing instead of fighting and pushing. We're going to flow with it. On your next inhale, drop that back knee. That's for me is my left knee. And then take that left foot parallel to the ends of your mat and just gently open up the side. Lengthening it out wherever that arm is able to go. Opening up the side body, rotating that shoulder open. And then can we inhale? And then exhale as we just sweep it down around. And inhale, opening the lungs. Exhaling, we're kind of pushing everything out of the lungs. Exhale the old. Inhale, the new perspective, the new choosing. Exhale one more time and inhale up and hold it right here. Hand up to the sky. And then option, if you'd like to play with some strength and balance. Or you can just keep the toe there. And come into breath. Practice that breathing even when we're in a little bit of tightness or exertion. And then plant that foot. And with your core, as if someone's got this hand up at the sky and they're pulling you up. Come up. There we go. Inhale. The opposite arm, not putting any weight on this leg. And exhale up. Inhale. Lengthen and exhale. Fold over. Lengthening out. Pushing that left hip forward. And then exhale all the way down to plank. There it is. Inhaling, exhaling. So first tool, when we feel triggered, and we'll feel it in our bodies, often in our gut or in our heart, keep holding, breath, come to breath. Long and slow and deep. Big inhale. And then exhale to drop the right knee and then bring the leg parallel to the ends of the mat and sweep it open. And you can keep the hand up here. If the shoulder allows it, take it long and reach fingertips to toes, lengthening out the side of the body. And then exhale to fold forward, empty the lungs, and then open up. Inhale 2 more times, exhale, sweep it open, lifting the heart, exhale, and then hand up to the sky, holding it right here, and an option to play with some balance and some strength. Coming into our breath. Drop that foot and come back down to plank. Oh, there it is. Woo! Finding breath. And then take your knees bent, hovering above the mat, and hips way back, and then lengthen out to down dog. Nice job. Really working our arms and our core today. Coming into that breath. There it is. And then walking hands to feet to forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Lengthening the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Come to stand. First stand of the day. And exhale, hands to heart. Just flutter your eyes closed for a minute. Finding that breath. Grounding feet into the ground. And practice coming into consciousness, noticing our body as we breathe. Noticing without attachment our feelings, emotions might be flowing because we have been moving. They might be just flowing. And just noticing. And then noticing our thoughts. Not trying to push them out, not trying to control them or do anything with them, just noticing them. That is coming to consciousness and being curious, like, oh, what's going on? I'm feeling this, what is that? And being curious about it without attaching judgment or worth or fear or worry, and then going into that scanning for danger and triggering fight or flight. So we're stepping back from that pattern by noticing and becoming conscious. And then once we can detach and take one more step back from our attachment and come into super consciousness and awareness of what's happening, then we come into a place of being able to create a new, I'm feeling a little, I'm having the emotion, I'm seeing the emotion of sadness and I'm feeling it in my body instead of I am sad. That is a total attachment. I am feeling this sadness. I'm noticing this sadness well up, and then we can become curious about what is that? Oh, I really miss, or whatever it is. Then we can look at it from a super conscious place and begin to let it come up and let it flow through us and then let it go. Not trying to change it, just acknowledging, oh, I have another choice. I'm going to choose to. Inhale, sweep it up. I'm talking a lot. I apologize. Exhale, dive down. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, walk to plank. Oh, there it is again. Oh boy, grabbing our spine with all of our muscles. Grabbing our leg bones with our muscles, and arms and shoulders nice and strong. Big inhale, exhale to bend the knees and scroll into down dog. Walk your big toes together. Let's lift that right leg all the way up till our hip opens. Shoulders stay squared. Breathing. Coming to consciousness, so stepping back from so much attachment. And you might even notice as we take that step back, your heart opening a little bit and feeling more connected. Inhale to straighten that leg and square our hips, and exhale to step it forward. Nice, just hold this right here. So as soon as we can breathe and detach attachment from body, emotions, and thoughts, all of a sudden our heart opens. All of a sudden we are in presence, meaning we are connected to the divine already. We're connected. And we're connected to the divine, we're connected to our highest self, and then we are connecting to others. We're in that space. Plant those feet. Inhale, up. Exhale to open the chest, cactus arms. Inhale, up. Let's do that again. Exhale, cactus arms, nice strong back leg. Inhale, up. Exhale to plant those hands. Kick this back into three-legged dog. Oh, release that leg. Woo! Square the hips and drop the leg. Big toes touch as we inhale, left leg up. Opening the hips, drop the knee, bends. Shoulders stay squared. Just opening the hips. And just practice. It's so easy to drop back into our attachment to and let the subconscious take over. But stepping up into consciousness is connection. Square that hip, straighten that leg. Inhale and step left. Staying conscious, staying present. Plant those feet, sweep it up. Inhale, woo. Then exhale, cactus, elbows drop, opening the heart, collarbones peel apart. Woo. Inhale up. And exhale, peeling open. Inhale one more time, let's cactus arms, exhale. Inhale up. And then frame that foot, exhale into three-legged dog. Nice. And drop that toe down, big toes touch. Exhale, inhale to plank. Just working that core today. And exhale to down dog. And then you can step or hop up to your hands. Inhale to flat back. Exhale. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment to close your eyes. Settle into your breath. And practice just stepping back from our experience so that we can see. We're stepping up and back. And just noticing, oh, how does my body feel? And however it feels, giving gratitude for this experience. And our bodies will often clue us into the emotions that are swirling. Noticing anything coming up and giving gratitude for the ability to see and feel that. And then notice any thoughts, or maybe you're just aware of them swirling around. Giving gratitude for the ability to think and to experience and to see and to hear through that brain thought process. And flutter your eyes open, sweep it up, inhale. We're going to exhale and we're going to squat down and do 3 rolls. We've done this before. Here it is. There it is. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and stay right here. Is it possible to balance? Coming to boat. There it is, lifting up the heart, lifting, finding our breath. So first tool, breath. Long, slow, and deep. Just calms us down, all our systems. Second tool is gratitude. Big inhale. Exhale to cross your ankles and roll over. And gratitude, just keep folding over in a talk. Gratitude, not for all the positive. Gratitude for the hot mess, for these feelings of sadness and grief, or gratitude for this angst that I'm feeling in my body. If we can go that far, we can flip into the positive really fast. It's not just something we say in our head. It's something we practice gratitude until we can feel it, and that will shift us. So my invitation to us today, as we are folded over here, switch legs and fold over. Fold over. My invitation today is to start practicing those things that will help bring us from subconscious to consciousness and then to super consciousness, which is breath, which will help us come so that we can detach from all our attachment, and then gratitude, which will gratitude for the yuck, the heavy, the mess that we're in. Gratitude for that, because that is our teacher. And it has something to teach us. We aren't here to have a vacation. We came here to have these experiences, to feel these feelings, to work through them, to see them. Until we can see them and have gratitude for them, we'll be stuck in them until then. So with that, find a comfortable spot on your mat. Just relaxing into our mat, and we're just going to have a little practice in that gratitude. So we'll start with breath. Feeling the earth beneath us as if she's a magnet, holding and gently cradling our bodies to the earth. This is the experience we came here for, this physical experience, and yet to come to the realization that we are not just a physical body. We have divine spirit. We have this divinity in us, and that is our highest self that we can come to super consciousness about. So in this body, slow, deep breaths. And detaching our attachment to staying in our body, 100% detaching from our bodies, from, you know what I mean? Stepping back from our emotions and our thoughts. Is it possible to just notice without doing lots of thought work? We're from our highest self, we're from the higher perspective, noticing what's happening? And is it possible in a general sense to just give gratitude for this experience? And the ego will fight and complain like a tantrumy toddler. Can we just give gratitude for that ego showing up to protect us and keep us safe? Staying with our breath, noticing what's happening. And just giving gratitude. And the goal is to begin to feel the gratitude as an emotion in our bodies, as well as a thought, until that gratitude fills our whole body. Once we realize we're more than our experience, we detach all of that judgment and everything. We come into presence. We can begin to see the gift of all of it and give gratitude and feel connection. And so, as you're laying here in Shavasana, I'd just like to extend to you an invitation. So, this practice that we did today of breath, of stepping into consciousness, and then super consciousness from a higher perspective, looking at our whole experience in gratitude and connection, and then laying down and practicing feeling it in meditation, even if it's for just 5 minutes. If we can do that for 5 minutes a day from now till Friday, I can promise your life will begin to change. So that's my invitation to you today. Breath, consciousness, super consciousness, gratitude in meditation. In laying down, it could be as you're going to bed at night, it could be sometime during the day, or whenever you choose, whenever. It could be anytime. You don't have to be in yoga class. Anytime. It will change your life. That's my promise and my invitation, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday.